remember the other thing, though, that stands out the most this morning when I heard the news for the first time. It's in '96, and secretly for quite a while, I had tried to persuade the organizing committee in Atlanta to have Ali light the cauldron. And they finally agreed in late August. And I give them a lot of credit because their big fear was they weren't going to be able to sell a man who was perceived wrongly, but nonetheless perceived in the South, even then, as a draft dodger. I mean, it's absurd, when we have the whole advantage of looking back that people could feel that way. But they were worried about that, but we were able to show them all the various aspects of Ali's life, many of which were simply never reported in the South, and they finally agreed. But I never told Dick or Bob about it. Nobody in our crew, other than the producer and the director, ever knew that Ali was going to appear at the top of that ramp out of darkness in Atlanta. And if you go back and you listen to the tape, the two of them, their excitement, their joy, their celebration of that moment, because they knew Ali from their youth and adored him. But to see him there, as he deserved to be, as the great champion that he was in the Olympics, but also in so many other aspects of life beyond sports, they captured that moment, both of them in their unique way. But the surprise was totally their own. And I remember people afterwards saying, how the heck could those two guys do it? Well, if you knew the two guys, they were ready for anything and everything. And I still see that today in Al Michaels. They have these brilliant editorial minds that they can take what they already knew, and as the moment plays out in front of them, they just write the stories in a way that not even the great newspaper writers can write. And I think what they do is much more difficult because they have to do it right away. And Enberg was one of the greatest ever, and it was added to by the fact that I think people adored his sense of friendship. That "oh my" became something that I think people really, really loved hearing.
For more Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Rich Eisen Show app.